I want to set up. Oh, dude, I got a dimmer for my thing. Look, but I got like such a precise dimmer for my sign. So hold on, that's like the highest, and
Mm,
then you can dim it all the way down to barely on.
nice.
To
Yeah, that looks better.
but it flickers. It's flickering there, isn't it?
Uh, no, I
Dude,
don't see.
that looks so sick. Like that.
Yeah, I don't see any flickering though, to be honest.
Really?
It
So
could be the it could be the compression on StreamYard.
when I
Yeah, I'm in full
record,
screen.
I see it. But yeah, I got it was like $7 on Amazon. I can send you a link if you want it. You just
Sure, yeah.
unplug the white one that you get and you plug this one in and
Oh,
it
I
makes it
see.
look significantly different. Let me put there we go. Oh yeah, so I'll send you the link on Amazon, but it's a big difference. I've been trying to figure out what to because I keep wanting to switch from the A7C to ZV1, but you just can't beat the convenience of the ZV1. I should send people this link to on this other one. The bad thing about this StreamYard is it's only 720.
Yes, I realized that. Like,
I don't like that.
yeah, we should move to something else. I don't know.
I want to do custom with like either ping or like straight to
Yeah.
OBS, but what the issue always ends up being like it's just so convenient to have comments be able to like just be able to drag on comments on screen like that. I haven't found
Oh,
reliable plugins
I'll send you one.
that's reliable.
Yeah, that's what I use. You were in the stream, yeah. Yes, yesterday, right?
Yeah. I've tried one, but it's like sometimes the comments get delayed. Sometimes, go out
Yeah,
of order.
yeah. And then the other thing is like if you, I know that you don't plan to have like, and that's the case with me too. Like I don't plan to have like many guests or stuff.
Mm,
Like for you, I know that your machine is powerful enough, right? We can
yeah.
do a local thing. Same goes with me. But yeah, like things like StreamYard or other tools that exist, it's easier when you collaborate because, they can just open it up in a browser and still work fine.
Yeah, it would be cool. Good morning from Cape Town. What up, Cape Town? Lalo, how you doing? Well, who else we got? Yogendra. How you doing? Yeah. So anyway, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Um, Week's been pretty good. Yeah, we did this on the private stand up meeting that you and I do. But yeah, I think I did my like third tech review for a blog, like for the Twilio blogs.
Mm.
I've been doing a lot of like tech reviews just to like familiarize myself with how our SDKs work with different languages. So I did one in like C Sharp .NET 7. That was really good. I did one in Go yesterday. So that was it's
Do you like Go?
interesting. Yeah, because I have nothing installed. Like same thing with .NET. I had like no extensions installed, not even .NET. So I had to go the like from scratch, install every dependency and stuff. And that makes it like better for me to test it, like for a blog, right? Because then I make sure like everything works and I don't run into any issues based on the instructions
Right.
that an article has. But yeah, Go is okay on this. Yeah, I'm getting used to it's really close to like,
Python,
I think,
isn't it?
yeah, it's really close to Python. Like, especially like the structure and like how, code is written. Whereas I think C Sharp is it's more understandable because of how like I get it. The keywords are, it might be difficult because you have classes, you have different kind of keywords that you have to get used to, but like the project structure is more like it starts to make sense to me now, which is good. But
Do you
yeah,
have any interest in learning Go further?
mm, not this year. I know I was asked about this because of the DevOps interest that I have. But I think I have to, and we talked about this. I think I have to like get really good at Python, and then I think it'll be easier to just, you know, if I want to learn Go.
I agree.
Yeah.
My week's been hectic. It's 12:36 now, and busy with an Intune Jamf
and Octa integration.
What's Jamf?
I know what Intune is.
Yeah, I know Intune is like device management. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what Jamf.
It's mobile device management.
Jamfed environment, and right now busy with some webhooks and Power Automate work. Oh, nice. There's some cloud integration there. Yeah, that whole mobile device space. What's it called? Device management space. It's pretty.
Yeah,
it's quite capable now too.
it is. Well, Jamf Pro gives you like global management stuff. That's pretty cool. I've never heard of Jamf before.
Oh my goodness! When I was help desk, we used Okta for some stuff, but I remember them like setting up some new profile, and they just like pushed it to everyone, and then no one could get their email.
Yeah.
And then I had to, and then for some reason they couldn't manually push. No, they couldn't automatically push the update, or they did, and it didn't register in some phones. So I would actually have to like manually go around offices, re-imaging phones. It was the worst. Like iPhones, it's absolute worst.
I could only imagine.
Definitely did not miss those days. There's a lot of like questions here that a lot of people could probably Google, so I'm gonna skip over them. Let's see. Oh, MDM. That's it. It's an MDM.
Yeah, mobile device
management, right?
Yeah.
This is a good one. What are your thoughts on WebAssembly taking over containers and serverless? I don't really feel like that's the same. WebAssembly is a technology that you can use to essentially leverage other languages to build web technologies.
Yeah.
Containers and serverless are more comparable, I like against each other, but I don't really see how WebAssembly would take over.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean, I could be wrong.
No. Yeah, I have a pretty similar understanding of like WebAssembly and containers and serverless stuff, but who knows? Like we will have to like research if something that is like in the works. I don't know.
Yeah, I think from what I know is like, so for example, like Blazor is powered by, because it has a WebAssembly under it, which is why I could run the way it does. Like obviously Blazor WASM. Yeah. When's the CSA interview coming out? So I'm gonna chat with her on. This was cool. So I did that video yesterday about the solution architect role.
Yep.
And then my friend, the second friend that gave me advice for that video, actually watches my channel. So then she hits me up on Teams. She's like, you could have like mentioned my name, because I was like very discreet, but because I know her and she tends to be like a pretty private person. She's like, you could have mentioned my name totally. I was like, oh, I didn't really know, so I didn't want to like step on anyone's toes. And then I was like, but would you be able to do an interview? She's like, absolutely. So
nice.
Got a bunch of questions. Gonna sit down and kind of just record that conversation on Friday. I was debating doing it live, but I feel like live would distract way too much from all the stuff that I want to ask, because everyone needs to remember that this is a role that I'm interested in. So essentially I'm going to be like asking the stuff that matters to me, to like where, like, because it's like a career move. And it's not that other people's questions don't matter. It's just I really feel like I have a good perspective from like the audience and then my own, so I can pretty much take care of all the questions plus the ones that people are asking. And then if we did it live, there'd probably be a bunch of like, which AWS certification should I take? And it's going to be very distracting from the conversation.
I think if it is live, yeah, it'll be still be like a video format where you don't like answer any questions. Um,
Yeah.
but then
Plus,
you also have to like constantly keep a check if someone asks something relevant. I
yeah.
think video is more better because yeah.
Yeah, I also wanted to just be. I mean, this is my like. Obviously, we're colleagues, but this is like a friend.
Yeah,
And being able to just have a friendly conversation, like some people in the chat might be like, just get to the point, just answer, just do this, like and I don't want that. I very much like cherish like friendships and mentorships that I've established, and I want to protect those as much as I can. So
for
you know,
sure.
there's that. I've been testing out ChatGPT this week, and it's really cool. What are your thoughts? We both made videos on this, and I think we both have our opinions in those videos.
Yeah.
I very much see that people who embrace whatever's coming, then you can use it to your advantage. Then that's like the immediate, I guess, benefit. Long term, if it's gonna replace your job or something like that, I don't really know, but I feel like there's more important things that you can be doing than worrying about if it's gonna replace your job.
True. Yeah. Like that was the thing that, I remember some chatter around when cloud came and like got really hot, like popular, and people were like, data centers are like obsolete now.
Yeah,
Like
but they never will be. The
companies,
cloud is a
companies
data
won't
center.
exactly, but like in a way they meant like companies won't have, as much infrastructure on prem as much they can have now in the cloud. But yeah, then people learn the skills that were necessary. I do get it. Like a lot of the companies did migrate over to cloud and have like minimal resources, but you still see the same engineers working there. They just upskilled and learned cloud.
The ones who decided to
Yeah,
upskill and not be stuck in the fact like, oh no, like let me fight this, like no,
Mm-hmm.
because that never works out to your favor. Like you just
Yeah.
embrace it and learn where you can shine and upskill and move forward. Experts are talking that we can compile C++, Rust, Go code to WebAssembly and run it on servers super fast and light. I mean, that is the benefit of WebAssembly, right? Where it's like near native
Mm-hmm.
runtime. I just don't really know where WebAssembly's at right now. But I don't really think containers are going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, it's not even fully adopted. And I don't really think it ever will be, but I just don't think it's reached like its peak quite yet.
Yeah.
When you think about, obviously containers are more than just cloud. Like you can use containers on-prem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you think of like cloud native applications, which are what companies should strive for to take the absolute most advantages in the cloud, containers play a big part of that, right? So when you think of like this, it's like that stat I posted. Only 20% of all workloads out there exist on the cloud.
Yeah.
So that means there's still a percentage that need to move to cloud. Some of those will be cloud native, some of them won't, and then sort of the adoption for containers is still going to go there. So it hasn't peaked quite yet.
Yeah. And I think like things like as we are seeing, frameworks adopting like containerization, I think it's becoming more easier to migrate now. Because we talked about this in I think one of the LTC podcasts is when my time at ECI we were in the works of it as .NET 5 and .NET like almost 6 was announced, and now you had container support, so like we were all really happy.
Yeah.
But that also meant like almost months of time is gonna go into migrating our code base from I think we used .NET Framework 4 point something to all these new versions, and
.NET
then
framework.
yeah.
Okay.
So you get the idea, right? Because it has been running smooth for like last how many years, and but we saw the opportunity on how much cost we could save, right, by running either managed container services in the cloud, or running it on Linux servers instead of all the Windows servers that we had. But yeah, it takes time is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, with frameworks adopting this, and like I remember the exact things that were mentioned on a meeting. Like nobody was expecting Microsoft to do this,
To do what?
like
The
support .NET,
embrace.
yeah, embrace open source and stuff, right?
It's one of the best moves
Yeah, yeah.
Microsoft has done.
But I still remember like those discussions in the meetings, and everyone was like so hyped.
No, I get it. I get it. I wanted to see, because speaking about containers and DevOps, I got like a sponsorship email. I don't know what it was, but this morning I woke up to 4 different companies reaching out for like wanting to do sponsored videos, and one of them was like
I
this.
I was gonna say I got one today.
I had 4 today. And I was like, I don't know if there was like my email got pushed around somehow. I don't know, something like that. But I was looking at it because they were like, oh, they use AI. It's like an AI
Yeah,
assistant.
yeah.
You got the same one?
Is it called? Should we name it?
No. Don't.
I'm gonna
Put it in the private chat.
private chat. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know. Interesting concept. But then I was reminded of that because you kind of were talking about,
Adoption.
yeah, the adoption being more like being easier than it used to be. Definitely.
Yeah, I just posted it.
Yeah. I'm curious if the emails that we got were the exact same. Like
I'll send it over to you.
Send me a screenshot on Discord. Like if they just probably like masked, then
I feel like based on the wording.
probably. It says GPS. What happened to you? What do you mean? You just disappeared. From where? Where did I disappear from? Yeah, exactly the same. That's funny. Do they not think that I guess it's pretty normal to just mass email people
I don't
like
know.
that in that space? I don't know. I don't really take on sponsorships at all, ever. So I kind of just like trash them immediately. But this one was interesting because of the AI concept. What did I disappear from? I don't get this.
No, I have your stream open in on YouTube too. You're fine.
Let me see. Okay, nope. Here's a good one. Any advice you guys can give to university students with little experience? I'm about to finish my resume and start applying to jobs. I don't really. I was never a university student. Maybe you were sort of a university student.
Yeah, I would say build social skills. So participate in hackathons, participate in networking events. I think they're like I got my internship or co-ops because of those events. Like show up. Don't just be, especially in computer science, I feel like, and now that I go to these student hackathons and like student-led meetups, I realize that like how much I missed on opportunities and stuff. So participate in that, build those social skills. You never know.
Programs.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna like meet with and like who you're gonna connect with, and yeah, just don't like keep focusing on tech. It is important, but I think like social skills are equally important. And I've seen a lot of companies, especially when they're hiring college students, they focus a lot on what kind of leadership stuff you did. What were the things that you went out? Extracurriculars, yeah. So yeah, that's my advice.
How many times do you get stuck when first learning cloud? Lots. I get stuck now. I'm like, the reason I started streaming was because I'm writing. So I'm like this week and next week, it's all writing scripts for the Bash for Beginners course. And even though it's, a level 100 type thing, I'm still getting stuck on like, oh, how do I explain this? So to this day, there's always opportunities to get stuck on stuff. I even got stuck before learning cloud because it was like I'm gonna do a video on this because I was looking through my journals and I have it was a entry that I did like years ago. This was, I don't know, 2017 or something like that, where one week I was focused on iOS dev, the next week I was focused on Java, the next week I was focused. So I was like extremely confused even before trying to learn cloud. Oh, I want to be DevOps engineer. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. This is some crazy times.
Yeah.
But it's like all the time.
Yeah. No, same for me. Like nothing is. I like I don't know if it's the imposter syndrome or what, but I consider myself very dumb. Especially when I get stuck and I'm like, what's going on? And then when I figure it out, I'm like, what was I thinking? But yeah, it's okay. Like I get stuck. Especially with cloud, like now that I see people, and that's the thing, even in workspace, there, like you have to stop comparing. I found that was really like a really important aspect that I have to let go of was comparing to others. And like now I can blame it on my upbringing or the culture we have back home, but that was one thing that was keeping me back to like push ahead and like stay stuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we do get stuck.
Blaming things on like just because you were taught a certain way.
Yeah.
Or just because you come from a certain place. That always rubs me the wrong way. Because then it kind of feels like, oh, you were destined to just be everything that you had no control over. But then this is like a deeper conversation.
Yeah, this is like a deeper conversation.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just glad that I realized that because it's hard when it's like hardwired and stuff. But yeah.
All right. We're in our Learn a Cloud resource group, and I want to see how much it costs so far. I didn't check today. I've been checking this religiously. Well, actually every day, because I'm worried one day it's just going to shoot up to like, oh, you owe $500.
It could.
Especially now, if you have like a tweet that goes like viral or something like that. Here we go. $1. It's cost us $1.30 since when did it go live? January 5th. January 7th. Let me see, January 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 5 till 6 it was just us.
Okay. So 5 days. So yeah. So I mean, obviously, look at this. Right? So we went live the 8th, right?
Sunday midnight. So
9.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can predict this being. I don't know. I want to say like $40.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably around $50.
What was cool to see is the majority was East US 2, 18 cents from West US West 2, and then US Central's
pretty much same.
17. Curious what further breakdowns we can see. Let me see if I get like what else does this do? Nothing.
Yeah,
else.
I think it just opened up
What's
that bracket.
cool is, so what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to come into this all the time, I'm going to I put this into our backlog.
Yep, I saw that.
You see that API? Yeah, that API is great. So I'm going to do like exports every 24 hours, and then I'm going to have a function run the exports every 24 hours.
And then
I'm
you just pull it.
Yeah, I'll have like an API, and then we can pull it into a dashboard or something like that. What would be sick is if our dashboards, our dashboard's going to have Signal R, or whatever equivalent JavaScript there is there. Wait, where's our backlog projects here? Hold on, which API is this? I might split this into two because one can be performance and one can be cost. And honestly, I don't know if the dashboard might need to just be like just status, like performance stuff, and then we might have it might be a separate page for costs, because there might be other things that are costs that aren't specific to Azure. Like I really like what Lou's doing.
Yeah.
So just
The
like
open
raw
up the
money
cloud.
stuff. Yeah. So it's pretty simple because it's just like a call. I just need to. I got stuck yesterday because I forgot to create the service principal, but it gives you like whatever it is that you need by resource group. So that should be cool.
Nice.
And they have like Python code here. Surprisingly, they don't have .NET, which is interesting. But yeah.
Cool.
Should be
While
pretty
you have the
awesome.
GitHub open, could you merge my request?
Which one?
I took away the Spotify stuff. So it should be in the pull request.
Learn the cloud, pull requests. Also, if anyone's, we have the backlog. If you go to, is it on our page? If you go to Learn
Yeah,
the Cloud,
it is on the page.
go to Learn the Cloud on the top. You hit LTC roadmap. These are all the issues that we're working on. If you have any interest in working on any of them, let us know. We can provide.
Yeah,
some
just
guidance.
comment on the issue.
Yeah, speaking about that, we have to do where was it? Is it this person? We need to give some. If you can give this person some instruction, you know what we want to do here, right?
Yeah, I already have the branch open, so I was like, should I just commit it? And then I felt bad. Yeah, I have the code open right now, but yeah, I'll give them the instructions. I'm gonna say, here's the branch, like pull it, see what else it needs. There's not a lot that it needs. It just needs a push to the GitHub Action YAML, and just a new branch in Learn to Cloud called Dev. What do you want to name the branch? Dev?
Staging.
Okay, so it Learn to Cloud just needs staging then. But the GitHub Action stuff is already.
Do you feel like you have more than 50% of it?
Oh yeah.
Done? Yeah, then so you just do it. We'll just let them know. Hey, turns out I already have half of this done.
Yeah.
Feel free to take a look at the other tickets. But I mean this to say, anyone who wants to just comment it, and then we'll provide you guidance. Keep in mind this is an in production application, so you're actually going to get hands on with something that is in Azure in production, and you'll get access. I'll make sure like you don't spend too much of my money. But we look at like, hold on, where do I see the?
Oh, I had a question. You showed up on the chat and said 48K hits in 48 hours.
Yeah, so these are site hits and visits are different because you can have like multiple site hits per visit. I don't know what the exact conversion there is. So if I look in the last 48 hours, 75,000 site hits in the last 48 hours.
The other question I had is, and
wait, I was gonna merge your request. Hold on, which one? This one? Future podcast.
Yeah. So YouTube video embeds. Yeah, I'll create a video and post it on GitHub, like the wiki on how to include embeds. Yeah. But
this is
yeah.
Our dev.
Yes.
But there's nothing right now using an embed, right?
It is. I think you have a video in phase 3.
Phase 3.
Oh, this is the previous preview, I think. I'll go to phase 2.
Hold on. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
This one's the last one. This is so great that we get previews in here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go here. Phase 3.
Go by each phase. I don't remember now. Go to phase. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I need to update this thumbnail then. That looks so sick. Then people don't have to leave.
Yeah.
And like, I like that. Okay, cool. So, yes, this is so good. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm so
I'll add the
excited that we
instructions.
left GitHub pages. Yeah. So let me merge this. Hold on, where are you? Everything good? Okay. Looks good. Thank you. Comment. Wait, I feel like, did I skip something? Hold on. So it's an iframe? This?
Yep. You go to YouTube, you click on embed,
Okay.
you get an iframe, and then you play around with the height and the width, and then you're good.
Should we have a standard for that? I feel
Yes,
like
we
have a
should.
standard. So whenever you write up or like create the video instruction or whatever you use, just
Yeah,
make sure
I'll
we have the
publish it
standard.
there. Cool.
Yeah, this looks good.
But then
Typos.
I fixed some typos in these phase 5. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I figured out why these Spotify embeds didn't work. Because I looked at the console and there were 404 errors from Transistor. So Spotify does have the episode when it tries to pull it from Transistor, since we don't host the show there.
Yeah.
That's why you saw that buffering issue. And so I removed it and now have just like the YouTube external link to Learn to Cloud's channel.
Yeah, we should do another episode at some point. But like, I feel like we do these streams, so maybe this stream could be a podcast episode. I don't know. It's too much content at the moment. It's all over the place. It's like course, videos, short form. And then we were just talking about like short form strategy at work, so I was like, that's in the back of my mind.
This week,
too much.
Yeah, I saw I saw
delete
your
the
third
brush?
video.
Can I delete the
Yes,
my third video? Yeah.
for this week, right? Yeah.
Let me see. What is this?
Yeah, so they closed the old PR. The old PR was in the old file format, and now since we moved to Docusaurus, they created a new PR under the right directories.
So this is fine.
It looks good to me, yeah.
These are Azure Purple.
The Azure
Cloud.
Goat and the Azure Purple Cloud projects.
Let's take a look at this. I mean, I looked at the logo first, and I don't remember. I remember saying like that's a sick logo, but I don't know if I look at the actual content. Presented app built with. That's a nice stack there. Look at that.
Yep.
The project is scheduled to encompass all significant vulnerabilities, including. So this is more security focused. So maybe we.
Yeah, it's like the most vulnerable Azure infrastructure.
And then you have to fix it.
I think so. That's the idea. They have a GCP version of it called GCP Goat. That's already part of our projects.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is? When did that get added? Is it in GCP or in our
No, this one
projects?
is for Azure. Yeah, we have a GCP version that's already under projects.
Oh, cool. You go one. Wait. Run the Terraform apply action. Then what? Like, what are the. I want source. No. Resources. But is there. Like, what are the instructions to follow this?
I have no clue.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, there we go.
Use Terraform to deploy Azure Goat module. First module build. Install overview. Contributed solutions.
Oh,
I guess I'll walk through this.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they mentioned documentation at the end of the README.
Oh, let me see. For more detail, refer to Azure Goat PDF file. Tag for use. I feel like this could really benefit from a website that's like step 1, step 2.
Yeah, let's click on the PDF. I don't know.
Azure Goats PDF Black.
I see.
2022. Okay, so it's recent. I like that. We should have a cloud security section in projects, because this is, though it's Azure, it's great. I think it's probably better under that, and then under the cloud security we have GCP, AWS, all of those.
Yeah, let's see what the other project that they included is about.
Oh, wait, it's back this way. Oh no, where's PR? Here.
Purple Cloud.
Purple
Yeah,
Cloud.
it's also
I like these names.
Azure Identity, Azure Active Directory Lab Creation Tool.
It says here, Terraform code generated to create different Azure security labs. What? How does this work though? Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Identity Lab supporting Azure AD and Active Enterprise with CM. Azure easily build your own pen tester and cyber. Ah, cool.
Yeah. So this
Okay, hold on.
this would also go into the
security.
Cloud security.
So let's merge this and then make the edits ourselves.
Yep, you can do that.
These are great.
Yeah, open. Yeah, because I saw that they added GCP one too.
Mhm.
So yeah, all of these security related projects could go under cloud security.
These are great. Thank you for the contribution. Smiley
Cool.
face. Okay. Workflow. I don't need to run the workflow because we don't need to create a dev environment.
Yeah, you can merge and it'll skip that.
Cool.
Yep.
Does that comment? Yeah. Okay. And we're good to go. What's
Awesome.
going on with this?
Oh, this. Yeah, I made a
Did you reach out
comment.
to this person?
Yep.
October.
I said the contributors.md is auto generated by GitHub Actions. We don't add profiles manually because that's what they did. Because everything else is in Nepali. Like we have Nepali translations in already. Yeah, we can close this.
Close the.
Look at the commits. Look at the files, what they have changed. Yeah, it's contributing. Wait. Oh, that's the other thing I have to restructure is all of our other pages that we had. So the contributing.md.
This doesn't look right to me.
Yeah, this is not relevant anymore because this is Doxify config. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
They didn't get back. Like,
Yeah, I know. That's the open source struggle.
yeah. So because we can't merge the.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have conflicts here. Can you just grab their translations and put them into our...
Yeah, I just need only one file that I think they contributed to, and that's contributing, which has the guidelines on how you can contribute. If you go down, the other one. Yeah, this one.
But if we do that, I mean, I want them to still have credit for their contribution.
Yes.
On, like,
and that's
GitHub.
why... that's
So
why
we're trying to get them to...
Yeah.
Hold on, let me write something here. Yeah. What should I say? Hey. What's this person's names?
We are only able to merge, and then the tilde sign. So
Which
we are only
file is
able
it?
to merge contributing.md.
We're only able to merge this.
No, yeah. So if you do like, what's the other sign on the same key?
Let me see what it's called here.
Yeah,
Why is it-
contributing.md.
What do you mean tilde? On the same key, this?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're asking like format. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
format it? Like this?
And then end
Yeah.
it. There we go.
Can you remove the other changes? The other files and just commit with contributing MD.
And please remember the new files, new directory structure.
Also, please keep in mind new directory. What's the new directory structure?
It's not under root anymore. You have to go into docs.
Under root.
Let me see. Sorry. Yeah, just put not under root, and then
these in where?
I'll send it to you on Discord or private chat. Or if you can go to GitHub, you have it open. Go to Learn to Cloud. Go to the code.
Hold on. Please code.
I18N. Yeah.
Why is that name?
It's It's the standard
Okay.
for translations. Internationalization and localization standard. Okay. Yeah, and then Nepali is for NE, and then current. Yeah, so this, you can copy the, yeah. There we go.
Where was this BRI? Please place this. It's just one file, right?
Yeah.
This file in. Oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted. What is it? IE8. Hold on. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's.
Oh, there you have it. After main, yeah. Take everything off after before main.
There. DocuSource plugin content docs. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
Where is it? It says I need DocuSource content doc current. Okay. And then in here.
In the current, yeah.
In here. Okay. Wait, because the other ones have it. Current.
No.
There's no contributors here.
Contributing, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody translated. Everybody translated only the phases.
So we don't need this file.
Well, if someone is trying to contribute and they want to know the policy in Nepali, right?
Oh.
I'm like, okay, it's good to have, but it's not something that we really want, kind of thing.
Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Cool.
All right. Hopefully that's issues.
Awesome. You're down to one pull request. What's that?
Oh my goodness. That's that pull request. It's open.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah. Hold on. My favorite cloud content creators. Thanks. What else we got? I think social media and LinkedIn also make us compare even more, to be honest. Yeah, but just use it for your career benefit. Don't you? Like, I stopped using social media. That's like my resolution for the year. Like, stop using it for anything except for work and professional. So I haven't used Instagram at all because I don't see any professional benefit from Instagram. I deleted my TikTok account yesterday or the day before. I also convinced Gigi to delete her account. And after we watched like this TikTok documentary, that documentary that I sent you. Yeah, we watched that. I had her watch it. She's like, all right, I'm out of it. So she erased it. But she's still using like Instagram, whatever. So, and then I use Twitter once. I limit it to, I can post whenever I need to post something. But in terms of like actually interacting with people, I'm trying to limit it to just once a week.
Nice.
So it's just like last year, like just the comparison stuff really got to me. It's so dumb though. Cause I mean, I would often catch myself and I'd be like, it's just so dumb that I behave this way, or I let my emotions or my, I don't know, just comparisons kind of get in the way because I have an amazing life.
Yeah.
So it's easy to get sucked into those things.
But yeah. Well, I was able to convince at least, like my household at least.
To get off what? Or to do what changes?
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is the worst, dude.
Yeah. I also got this today, finally. So Twilio sent out like YubiKeys and stuff last year or end of last year. But when I try to order it, it takes really long for a YubiKey order because it comes from the States.
I can imagine.
But I got the Google, I think the ISO is too just high. The Google Titan security thing. So I've been setting up so far. Like I'm done with only 4 accounts.
So you have everything on there instead of like code?
Yeah. I was not a huge fan of text anyways, so I had everything on like Authenticator or
Yeah.
Auth stuff. So moving that off to this key, backup key, and then just backup codes.
Yeah, get off social media, y'all. Let's see. I mean, is YouTube social media?
According to Marcus Brownlee, it's an S tier social media.
Top tier social
I think
media.
his ranking was from an influencer point of view, like a creator's, sorry, not influencer, creator's point of view.
Yeah, like benefits for.
Yeah.
Yeah, like revenue split, all that kind of stuff.
If
like that
social media meant really social media, I think, like, I'm fine on iMessage. I'm fine on Discord if I have to like catch up with someone or be in touch, right?
Yeah. Let's see. What up, Lou? This is great. It's these little insights into things like software project managers is super valuable to share. Yeah, we want to open this up. Like, we want to bring on junior entry-level professionals or people, whatever the right word is there, to come work with us for like 3 months at a time and kind of just to help us learn a cloud.
Yeah.
And you get like hands-on experience, and then you'll get, references. Like, we'll both become references for you. I wanted to, last year, like, that's why I wanted to do those challenges that I originally proposed. But then for me, it's also this year focusing on like, I need to use the best use of my time.
Yes.
And Learn a Cloud is something that I want to keep maintaining and obviously advancing no matter what. So if I can 2 birds, 1 stone there, it's like the best option.
Yeah.
So having a couple people on board with us 3 months, like they'll attend our stand-ups, like we'll walk you through whatever you need to do. Then you'll have like, was a junior cloud engineer at Learn a Cloud for 3 months or something like that.
Nice.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah,
we can't pay you.
But I think it's a good addition, especially if someone who went through the entire phases, like after they have done that, and be like, it's like, as cliche as it sounds, it's like a curriculum, you went through it, and then you're doing an internship, right?
Yeah.
Like, the idea is...
That's the goal.
That's,
yeah, for sure.
But I don't want to make it sound like it's a boot camp.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with boot camps.
No.
The concept of a boot camp. I think just the way people execute on it is a little, like, what kind of gives it, like, a bad... Like, there's nothing wrong with certifications, but it's sort of, like, everything that's come about, like, the whole market around certifications, the whole kind of, like, all that around certifications is what makes it bad. But the certification itself is... There's something
itself is... Yeah.
Rish wants to work for free. I'll work for free. Hold on here. I think we might have missed something up here. There we go. Looking to take the 104 after I take the 900. I want to start on projects to simulate what an Azure administrator would do on a daily basis or a migration. What would y'all recommend? So I would say probably not a migration quite yet, but what you can do is build the cloud resume challenge. And if you do stuff like create budgets and then kind of learn your way around checking how much stuff costs. So like, I was just inside of the cost management of our Learn a Cloud resource group, like understanding, how to use that tool in and out. It's like a very administrator related task. Checking into different like monitoring data, kind of like what we did as well. It's something that you can understand too, but it's difficult to do that unless you have something in production. But I would say build out that cloud resume project and then figure out what admin tasks you can do with that. Someone else had another project question here. Since I have already completed AZ900, would 104 complement the cloud resume challenge, or am I better suited spending my time elsewhere? Yeah, if you've got the 900 already, alongside I personally think the 204 is probably a better certification to go if you're doing Azure Cloud Resume, just because it's very developer focused. But I can also say that since you're getting developer exposure via the Cloud Resume Challenge, complementing it with the admin cert, which will give you kind of knowledge in other areas, might also be a good way. Like, it's like, do you want to like widen it or do you want to double down? Kind of the idea. So either 104 or 204.
I think it depends on like the career goals too. Like,
Yeah, where
like
do you want to end up?
doubling
Where
down
do you wanna
helps
get to?
because you can apply to like multiple roles, whereas mass like going into one niche would just means that you can only pick like certain roles.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Let's see. What should I learn first between Terraform or Docker or Kubernetes?
If you're already good with cloud, I would go with Terraform. But that's just my opinion.
I think that's the Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes.
Yeah, because they're not really closely related, so it won't
Docker,
matter.
Kubernetes. You have to learn Docker before you learn Kubernetes for sure.
No, I meant like the Terraform and Docker Kubernetes.
Yeah.
Like the container side and the like Terraform side, they're different principles. So, like the order might not matter as much, but if you're already like really comfortable with cloud, I think Terraform will benefit you more.
Mm-hmm.
If cloud is something that you're exploring, and then if the focus is completely DevOps, yeah, you have to learn both. I don't think there's like an order.
So I thought about this, and I'm
Yeah.
going to share my screen again, which is why in my boot camp, I'm calling it a boot camp. I don't care what anyone says. Made by GPS.com. Here. I guess I put a study plan here, but F it, it's a boot camp. I did the order of, let's see, Terraform, Docker,
Yeah.
GitHub Actions. I don't even have Kubernetes in here because I truly do think that at an entry-level cloud role, Kubernetes is, be aware of Kubernetes. And when you cover Docker, when you get into like understanding what Docker actually is, you'll understand why orchestration matters. But I don't really think like, at least like cloud admin, cloud support, like you're going to be getting really, really large Kubernetes projects or tasks or responsibilities. So I'll add a note here like, oh, be aware, read up on Kubernetes, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of places that use containers don't necessarily use like orchestration. But anyway, so I have the Terraform, containers, GitHub Actions. So essentially I have infrastructure as code, containerization, and then CI/CD, because in a way all of this goes into your CI/CD pipeline, right? So your CI/CD pipeline is what ends up having like everything, right? What keeps everything going and like that whole process. So if you don't know what's supposed to be part of that pipeline, then it's kind of difficult for you to, like, if you start with GitHub Actions, I feel like, I don't know. This, to me, this is more of a natural way of thinking about things. But again, this is just my opinion. So that's why I put it this way.
Yeah.
So we need to link to this. Like maybe we'll add like a study plan thing here. Actually, this is in, where is this? This is in right here. But maybe we add that to like right here.
Okay.
Study plan, and then that links to that.
I can do that.
You want to do that now?
Yep.
All right, share your screen. That'd be perfect. All right, and then I'll keep asking and answering questions. Hi.
StreamYard.
How important is it to be a web developer for a cloud engineer? Those are two different professions. Can you clarify your question a little bit there?
Okay, so I have StreamYard here.
Currently a data center technician with almost 2 years of experience. I'm interested in cloud and Linux. I primarily work with server and what is Colo? Will getting a Linux and cloud cert help me land a job? How do I want to answer this? Do I want to answer this? Yeah. I think Linux certification, Linux knowledge, bash knowledge is critical to cloud engineering. And then cloud certification also. So like if you don't do any cloud certs, you can only do one, do like an associate level. So yeah. Will it help? It's not necessarily the certifications that get you the job. It's more so the skill sets and the knowledge and the projects that you do. But if you want to use certifications to make it larger, if you want to use certifications to learn that stuff, then by all means.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's good. We could probably
Okay.
hold on. We could switch things down to this. Cool. What is this? Oh, this is our
So
YAML.
this was the let me commit this first.
Yeah, everyone. This is our CI/CD for Learn to Cloud.
Production.
So this is what. So when Rishabh does a chain, like a push to, in this case, our main branch, we don't have to manually push out anything. Like this CI/CD pipeline will take care of all of our deployments.
Staging environment to SWA with support.
Nice. This is gonna be so helpful. So what I guess we're gonna add the study plan link to the top, but right now he's creating that ticket that issue that I showed everyone before, where we need a staging environment. That's what he's creating the CI/CD for that. Why we want to do that is because when we want to bring on people to come, get hands-on with our I guess, or get hands-on with cloud via our Learn to Cloud project, we want them to be able to make changes to a staging environment and not straight to main, because obviously with this being a project that it's in production, performance, outages, latency, those issues come into play. So
create a new branch from.
It'll also be a cool way for people to immediately see the changes that they've made. I oftentimes believe that for beginners or people learning any kind of skill, it's really tough to understand what impact your learning is making if you can't really see a change. So that's why I want to have the staging environment. Also,
Cool.
when we push out features that are more impactful than just changing the link, it'll be helpful. So later on.
Yep. So what do you want to call it? Study plan?
Yeah. I feel like if I name it bootcamp, I'm going to get too much flack for that.
Let me make sure I have the comma here. So, HTTPS made by gps.com /
I have a meeting in 30 minutes. I forgot.
In 30? Yeah, we can. After I push this, we could end this.
I'm good. I mean, I wanted to hang out, but we'll see what. I only have half an hour left.
What was the link?
Made
by gps.com /
Yeah, I think it's like. Let me
study
find it.
plan.
No, it's Cloud Camp, all one word.
All one word.
There you go. Perfect.
Cool. And you said bootcamp?
Study plan.
Study plan.
Sorry I was not clear before. Let me put it this way. It's important or beneficial to prepare for 204 if I already have a 104 certification. That depends on what your goal role is and what are you upskilling for. I constantly recommend people to upskill towards a role and reverse engineer it via the description. Don't try to target roles because roles are different in a bunch of different companies. So this is why I made the video from yesterday. It's like, oh, I said I want to be a solution architect. But it turns out a solution architect, even within the same company, can be vastly different. So don't say I'm trying to upskill for a DevOps engineer or a cloud engineer role. Just say, oh, this is the role that I have in mind. Like go to a job listing page, get the role, and say, this is the role I'm preparing for.
Yeah, let's test this locally first. I push it. Where did it go?
It's on the right side. I feel like there's too much there now.
No, I think I made a mistake.
You gotta put left. You put right.
Yep, I put right. Let's see it now.
We should probably include a dev container for this locally.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Update
study plan. Awesome.
Issue. Click it. Sweet.
Cool.
I have to make sure all the links in the plan will actually work. Let me see.
Oh, you mean in the plan?
In mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look on my side.
Added study plan.
No, everything goes to just Learn a Cloud. Let me edit this right now. Okay, hold on, I'll edit this live. Look at us in production.
Well, technically, not in.
Technically not in production.
Yeah.
But
Live.
people are already looking at this on my end, so
Oh, true. Yeah.
yeah.
Added
Months
GPS
class.
study plan to navbar, commit, sync changes, and now we'll create a pull request. So this is also your fresher on how you can contribute to Learn to Cloud.
Yeah. Do that while I fix this.
Yep.
Let me update these.
GitHub.com, Learn to Cloud. I might need to zoom in. Added study plan button. So you see the branch where the code was committed. So 4 minutes ago, I did the CI/CD dev environments commit that you just saw. We won't merge that because I have to test a few things first. But for the study plan, we can click on compare and pull request. And by we, I mean only Gwen and I can do it. I feel like. So the message goes whatever the branch was. So added GPS study plan to the navbar, and I usually try to include like a screenshot. So you just do copy to clipboard, go back to the pull request, paste the clipboard, or however you take screenshots, create pull request. And now you'll see the magic that happens is it deploys a preview version, a live Azure static web app that you like Gwen can go ahead and verify the change that I said has been implemented and has not messed up our Learn to Cloud, static web app before clicking on merge pull request. So you can see the Azure static web app CI/CD action is running right now. And that's why you see that some checks haven't completed yet. The other thing I love about having like moving away from Doxify is I can implement like tests on code itself. So we had a lot of broken README links or like markdown links, and we could have also implemented like another check that makes sure like everything is good before merging. Because it's production and you don't want to merge buggy code.
It's so cool
links.
that we get those links because I get it on email and I can just click on it on my phone and I don't have to go anywhere, and it's so great. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad we did this. I don't know why. So sometimes I'm like, why didn't we do this earlier? But I also love that we just left it to be GitHub pages for a year because it built so much credibility. It built so much this is just going to be this is like a free thing that I can just use for people. And that was going to take time just to build that reputation for it. Oh, one of these links still doesn't work. Let me fix it. But yeah. Where is it? This one? Is it this one? Yes, phase 2.
Oh, sorry.
Phase 2. All right. We should probably do not all Learn to Cloud work live because there's some stuff that this
yeah.
I don't know how some people actually can be productive like coding live while being entertaining.
I can't. As I was doing this, I remember to keep talking, but I zone out.
Maybe with two people it could be easier. But even then, when I code, I like to listen to synthwave music, not
exactly,
care about anyone except for what I'm focused
on. I make weird faces. That's what I'm most worried about.
Or I curse. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not really stream friendly. So it would be cool. But I think maybe stuff that we have someone else work on, like we have a junior come on. And
and I think
to do live. Might be a little bit.
Yeah, and just the random stuff we did today, going over PRs.
Yeah. Let me look at the link. Hold on.
Going over features, backlog stuff that could still be done.
Someone said, cool to see you working. We were just having a conversation how it would be interesting to see more podcasters work on projects rather than talking. Example, All In podcast, for example. What would I listen to the All In podcast, so how would that how would them working look like? Because I feel like their whole, because they're VCs. I mean, there is one who's like a scientist, but and then there's one who's a lawyer. But I feel like their work is to talk and make like phone calls and meetings and stuff like that. Because they're like very big decisions people. I don't
Yeah, I
think
thought
except one of them does actually like engineering stuff. But for us, I think that's probably why I got bored of our podcast, because we were kind of just sitting and talking about stuff.
Yeah, I guess. And we covered like sometimes, it was kind of like similar topics we might have already covered in the video, or like some other form of content that we create.
Yeah, it becomes like we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
It's still generating, right?
Yeah, let me see the actual action. Like, it shouldn't take that long. Usually 4 minutes.
Excellent tip about searching for a role. Yeah, reverse engineer it. Hey, do you recommend DevOps, an entry-level automation tester? I tried learning AZ900 and honestly I had such a time. So it's just the starting hurdle. Then don't do the 900, do the associate level. If you do like the 204, you'll probably find the 204 more interesting. Do I recommend DevOps to an entry-level automation tester? It depends on where you want to go to. Like, people stop trying to learn skills just to learn skills. Learn what you need to build the project that you want to build, to land the job you want to build. Don't just go out and be like, oh, I need to learn all these things, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got the...
So there is the check mark that you get once a PR is done the tests that we might have, which also means you should have a URL to look, like open it up and look at the static web app. And this is the URL that it gave us. So we can click on this and it should take us to a preview, not the actual live site, but a preview. And this is live, by which I mean it's on a static web app. It's in Azure. It's hosted. Yeah. And we can click on study plan and it works.
Nice. They could show the research process of starting a new business, or what are key points that stand out in a proposal. Oh, yeah. That's right. I see what you're saying. I would 100% agree. That would be so cool. Yeah. But sometimes they like yesterday I was working out listening to them because they did a I don't know. Do you listen to the All In podcast? No?
Not regularly, no.
Yeah. I have a hate/love relationship with the podcast, but I have to accept that, they're like pretty successful in what they do. And, I guess to some extent, success deserves respect. So, and then a lot of them are very knowledgeable in what they do as well. So, yesterday they were talking about their predictions, and they were talking about their predictions for best performing assets in 2023. So, one of them, or a couple of them, I think maybe all of them, were like name dropping different like companies, and then I kind of like, as I was working out, I was like, oh, I gotta stop right now and write these down so I can research them later. So I like when they like drop like those tidbits of information. I think that's pretty neat. If they did more of that, that would be really cool, and I think just useful as well.
Nice.
Too much talk about Elon and Kanye lately.
So if you're seeing the screen, I just merged the pull request, and now we would have actual learn to cloud.guide static web app pointing those changes, or we should be able to see those changes live. But yeah, that's kind of the process of getting to contribute to learn to cloud.
Yeah, and we'll walk you through. If you're a complete beginner, we will.
Definitely. I try to. So I have to update the wiki. So we do have a wiki. It's pretty well documented, but to be honest, it's all Doxify stuff. So one of the things that I have to do after I'm done working on like some of the cool features that are really needed is to update that wiki, and also this implement the edit this page feature, by which what you should be able to do is go to Learn to Cloud, you open any of the phases, you'll see that there is a edit this page button. Right now it's broken. It does try to take you to, what do I want to say? It does try to take you to GitHub, but the path is wrong. So I'll fix that, which would ask, and then what would happen is it will ask you to fork it, edit that page, and create a PR. So all of that would be automated by just that clicking one button.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be helpful.
Mhm.
In terms of like the contributions to the content.
Yeah, the actual.
Can you put
readmes.
implement CI/CD into in progress?
Yep.
Also, I saw there was like 2 issues for the embed thing, but you might have already cleaned that up.
Oh no, there was one.
Yeah, there's future podcast page and YouTube's embed.
This is
embeds.
This is the pull request.
Uh,
I don't know why it's showing
why
up
is
here
it,
though.
Yeah.
I think because it was mentioned here, so you can see how it's linked.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's here.
But so that implement CI/CD, can you associate that with the pull request, and then see what happens?
I haven't created a pull request yet.
Oh, you don't? Do we have?
Yeah,
any?
I've just created a branch. I committed the code that I had. I have to test the staging branch thing. So once I'm done testing, we should be good. The test involves is creating a staging branch, and then I'll push some random change to the staging branch and see if it builds the static web app with previews. And I need to put a thing in the place that after it has been deployed to staging, only then it can be merged to main. Like I remember we had that at ECI is like you can't merge directly into prod. You have to make sure it went through staging, all of the tests ran, and then we had like a manual reviewer, and only then you could go to main or production.
Love it. Yeah, implement all the DevOps practices you want. Literally,
Yeah.
If you want to containerize the whole thing, freaking do it. I mean,
Yeah, I think it'll be more expensive to
yeah,
run
it
it
doesn't
as
really
a
make
container.
sense. Yeah, yeah. Can I be a complete novice and ask which languages you have used to build a website? Yeah. So
Yeah, both of them.
we need an architecture diagram.
We need a page that says uses.
Yeah, uses. Or the front page we can do something like powered by.
I wanted to include it in the footer, saying, this is deployed by, like how Scott Hanselman does, is he would have the last commit message with the commit ID.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, I can open
His
it up
page
here.
is sick.
Is it Scott? No, it's Hanselman.
It's hanselman.com. His bottom is like, powered by .NET 6.0.11.
Yeah, designed by. Oh wait, I thought it mentioned like commit messages.
Yeah, he used to. I thought he had he used to. Maybe he changed it.
Was it
Maybe
Hansel
it's something
Minutes?
else.
Yeah, it's Hansel Minutes. So his podcast website, you can see it's powered by .NET 6 and deployed from commit via build.
Do it.
And you can click on this.
And it takes you straight to that.
It is broken.
Oh, Scott, what happened? Click on the other one. Like go back to that and then like that.
Yeah. The build.
That one, yeah.
Oh. It takes you to Azure. DevOps.
Interesting. We should let him know that's not working. I would love to do that. It'd be sick. It should be pretty easy to automate.
Yep.
So our front end is is React, but it's using DocuSource is what, like a framework or like a
you could say like a documentation framework is
like
what
a
they call.
documentation framework, and it like scaffolds a lot of it for you. We don't have a backend at the moment. The DevOps CI/CD is GitHub Actions, so that's all YAML. It's on GitHub. It's deployed on Azure with Azure Static Web Apps. For the back end, we have like a lot of options. Azure Static Web Apps has native support for Azure Functions, so we're going to be using Azure Functions for the majority of things, also to keep costs pretty low. But that can be like for the stuff I build, it's going to be .NET. For whatever Richard builds, I'm assuming you're going to do like what?
So especially when it comes to Learn to Cloud, I think like after the API, which you're going to build, it will be in .NET. And then I'm thinking for dashboard, I've been looking at libraries and stuff, and the most of them exist in, the JavaScript world of, front end. So like it's either React or Vue. Any of these frameworks have like scaffolded a lot of the initial design and stuff. And I already, I'm not a designer, so I don't know how to design like cool dashboards and stuff.
Yeah.
What I care about more is bringing our, Azure data, bringing our Google Analytics data into those dashboards.
Your backend, what does it have to be? JavaScript?
It could be Python. It doesn't have to be JavaScript.
How easy is it to implement something into DocuSort, like another page, like a dashboard page into it?
It is pretty easy if you're using JavaScript.
For the front end.
For the front end, yes.
Because then if you just use JavaScript to call APIs, like it doesn't really matter what your API is built with.
Exactly.
Does static web app support having different languages and APIs, or does it have to be one? Because I know it has to be like a directory that says API, but I'm assuming if you just correctly, just call the
if the architect,
function, and even if you have like nested like directories, I think it's fine as long as you call the right one. You should be fine. I'm not 100% sure that I haven't done that. I like your searches, how to monitor your website performance.
Where?
It's right there on the top right, how to monitor your website's performance.
Oh, yeah.
This is like what's
I've been it's the algorithm.
Yeah, the darn algorithm.
Static web apps and Azure functions. Like, what was I typing? Frequently asked questions.
Oh, we should have a 404.
How to ensure my app is deployed to a specific Azure region, CDN, gzip.
Does Azure Static Web Apps take care of CDN, or we have to do that?
I think it does. I think it depends on the plan or something.
Global distribution, if you want to manage.
If you want to maximize or require advanced features, you can dedicate a
dedicated CDN. Okay, so it has CDN functionality, but it's not dedicated.
Yeah. So if you want more performance.
Application gateway. Oh no, front door is the worst. That's the only Azure service that I don't want to work with.
How do I configure manually identity, authentication, API functions? How do I write my API using a language or language version that static web apps doesn't support? How to create a server that responds to events other than HTTP? Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Probably.
Because based on the action documentation I was looking at, it's like a totally different directory. It looks at the directory structure. So like we were going over this, right? It looks at package.json for any node-based projects. Similarly for like .NET, it would look at a different file. For Python.
Well, I also have a feeling like we could just probably make it completely different, like backend stuff completely different, and just have the static site call the API, instead of having the API be part of it.
Yeah. You told
Just
me
create
about this.
different resource groups.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Programming language do you recommend for cloud DevOps? Java is the picture. Cloud and DevOps are two different spaces. Java is in the picture. For DevOps, not at all. For cloud development, maybe.
It's like very niche.
Yeah. Java's more like software development
Yeah.
and like enterprise type of stuff.
Yeah, and like maybe Android stuff.
Like really, really stable, like applications that are like legacy because they need the stability.
Hmm.
That's where like Java, like banking, like traditional
Yeah.
banking. That's where Java shines. Cool. I gotta go, everyone. I don't know when we'll do another live, but when we have small tasks to do for Learn to Cloud, we'll get them done on live stream.
Cool.
All right, everyone. Peace out.